Good evening, viewers. You're watching To The Point. I want to immediately get into the latest news break that we are getting in. Shahrukh Khan was in West Bengal, Kolkata. The actor has just spoken up at the back of the Besharam Rang controversy that you just saw detailed on the show. Speaking at the Kolkata International Film Festival, the superstar reacted to boycott Pathaan call. Well, he said, and we're going to play that reaction for our viewers, social media is often driven by a certain narrowness of view that limits human nature to its basis. Such pursuits enclose the collective narrative, making it divisive and destructive. Cinema speaks to the larger nature of humanity, narrative that brings human brotherhood and empathy.
The collective narrative of our times is shaped by social media. And contrary to the belief that the spread of social media will affect cinema negatively, I believe cinema has an even more important role to play now. Social media is often driven by a certain narrowness of view that limits human nature to its baser self. I read somewhere that negativity increases social media consumption and thereby increases its commercial value as well. Such pursuits enclose the collective narrative, making it divisive and destructive. Cinema exposes the vulnerability of human nature by telling stories in their simplest form, as they are lived. It allows us to know each other better. In a way, it is best placed to sustain a collective counter-narrative that speaks to the larger nature of humankind.
All right, viewers, on To The Point, our topic of debate, Besharam politics over a mere rang or colour. Well, we'll take it to our panelists. Joining me is Vinod Bansal, spokesperson, VHP. Well, to put it in perspective also, the Hindu Mahasabha has written to the INB ministry seeking the song be taken off air because they think it hurts Hindu sentiments. We also have Rahul Iswar, social activist, Tehseen Poonawala, political analyst in the studio with us. Welcome, all three of you. As we wait for Mr. Bansal, who's going to be joining us in just the next 30 seconds, Rahul Iswar, what could be so horribly wrong with one woman who's looking stunning, wearing a bikini, which a lot of Bollywood heroines wear, dancing with Shahrukh Khan? Must we read communal colour in saffron and green?
Three submissions. One, we all know Shahrukh is our superstar and we are all proud of him. I'm a huge fan and admirer of Shahrukh Khan and all the best to Pathaan. But two submissions and points I would like to raise. One, even the feminists and many female activists have raised the issue of commodification, objectification over sexual exhibitionism. We all know many things that are meant to be private are already becoming too much public at this point of time. But unfortunately, some of the scenes in Pathaan, I believe, or many people believe, have crossed a particular line of decency, crossed a particular line of exhibitionism, across the particular line of being overexposing. That's one thing people have to think about. Third, yes, there are some of our Hindu right brothers who are really feeling offended at this. If they have a point, these are Bollywood is public personality.
Okay.
Shahrukh Khan ji or Deepika Padukone are public personality. They should have a thick skin. They should be listening to this criticism or feedback. You can dismiss it or accept it. But at the larger point, there is a freedom of expression to
Rahul
the right wing also to express.
May I ask you
point.
one question in your two submissions?
Please,
I have one submission and I want to ask you, the problem is with what? The colour saffron for you, or that Deepika Padukone is wearing a bikini and the moves that you think that she's doing are provocative? Which one is it? What's the problem?
No, let us be very open about it. See, I belong to the Hindu right wing, or I lean Hindu right wing. Many of the people had a huge problem with Deepika Padukone, even from the time of JNU and even from the time of all these things. So there is a pent-up anger. I know, I am honest enough to admit it. But,
But why is there pent-up anger? What is it that Deepika Padukone has done, which in this case seems to have innocuously worn a saffron-coloured bikini? And as I would think, my personal opinion, but that doesn't really matter, that she's looking very, very good.
Yeah, I mean, she's a superstar, she was a supermodel, but she should also introspect whether she has crossed a line by being overexposing, by being over-exhibitionistic, by crossing a line.
Rahul Iswar, we've lost you. We've lost your connection. We're going to try and get you back. Tehseen, where do you think all right, we have Rahul Iswar. Let him complete and I'll come back to you. Rahul, you want to make that point?
I only have one submission. Deepika Padukone ji, coming from one of the most illustrious sports families we know, should introspect whether she has crossed the line by wearing these particular dress in particular ways, whether it has been overexposing, over-exhibitionism.
Okay, so Rahul Iswar, now that I've asked you that question again, and I want to bring in Tehseen, the problem that Rahul Iswar sees in this is not the color, but the bikini. The fact that she is gyrating to what you say in skimpily clad clothes. It's not the color which has got to you, right?
Firstly, Preeti, good evening and thank you for having me on the show, and good evening to my friend Rahul. I agree with you that Deepika is looking fabulous, but even Shahrukh, I think he's looking super hot. And I think this is a song of two very good looking people dancing, jiving to good music. The censor board has cleared it. And I concede to one point that Rahul made. He may think she's overexposing. Fine, so don't look at it. And that's what freedom of choice is, right? So freedom of choice is, you may like a movie, you may not like a movie. If you don't like a movie, don't watch it. You may like a news channel, you may not like a news channel. If you don't like it, change the channel. You may like a painting, you may not like a painting. You don't like the painting, walk out of the art gallery. But please do not impose your points of view on other people. That's point number one. Point number two, I slightly disagree with you. I don't think only many Bollywood actresses wear bikinis. I think a lot of ordinary girls wear bikinis, and I think that's fine.
Why do you disagree with me? What is it that I said?
You said Bollywood actresses. I want to add to it.
Okay, add to it. Okay.
Ordinary girls also wear. So,
yeah.
So again, that's freedom of dressing, and that's what makes our country so great, right? We're a democracy. Women will dress the way they want, whether they want to wear a bikini, whether they want to wear a burqa. It is the choice of women. We've had enough of men telling women what they should wear or they shouldn't wear. Men need to mind their own business, stop telling women how to lead their lives. And for the HM of Madhya Pradesh, he's no longer the home minister, he's the humorous minister. When there's nothing happening on television, go take a bite from him and he will crack you up. He will come up with some ridiculous suggestions like he's some super censor. Let him learn that he's also below the Constitution of India and to act like the home minister, not the humorous minister of India. And he should realize that media is only coming to take his bite because he actually makes people laugh and he cracks them up. He's not being taken seriously anymore, and that's insulting to the position he's on.
Okay, Rahul Iswar, we're going to just get in Vinod Bansal as well into this conversation, but I want to come back to you on this question. The fact is, it's really not the first time that you say, okay, that she has been overexposing, and I'm quoting your words, in terms of the kind of clothes that she has worn, the kind of roles that she has done. But she's not the only one, and she's a far cry from some of the other heroines who have, and not just heroines, heroes as well. So it's not that Deepika Padukone is trying to pave a path which hasn't been tread upon. She's just walking the path which many have gone through, and there have been so many instances at that. So why pick her? And once again I'll ask you, is the problem with the color, sir, saffron, or is the problem with the bikini?
Yeah, two submissions. One, I immensely respect Tehseen ji. I respect his angle of choice. In the same way, there are many people who can legitimately call conservative or conservative leaning people. You can call us orthodox or traditional. There is a huge section of people who felt offended by that. They have used social media. Of course, we should use better choice of words, better articulation. Definitely, that's a given. Nobody is saying that we can abuse. Nobody is saying that we should vilify and demonize. At the same point of time, there is a conservative point of view that really opposes many aspects of Bollywood. See, we all respect Bollywood, but there are some aspects of Bollywood that is being intellectually opposed or socially opposed by a huge section of Hindu right wing, especially, who feels decency angle is there, commodification, objectification, sexual exhibitionism angle is there, and also the liberal versus conservative divide is also there. So please do respect the right conservative view too. You may not agree, you may disagree, but at the same point of time, they do also have a right to uphold their viewpoint and also put it across. Yes, that should not cross the line.
Rahul Iswar, everyone's right should be respected. Everyone's. There is freedom of speech. You're in your right to contest it. You're in your right to go to the INB ministry and say you don't agree with the visuals that are being showcased. That aside, I'll once again ask you that one question which is baffling a lot of people right now. What is the problem? Because when you look at it, is the problem communal? Because what it's being made out, and you keep quoting the right wing, by the right wing is, it's a Muslim man embracing a Hindu woman. The Muslim man is wearing green, and you've got to say it for what it is. You have to call up the people who are saying it. And the woman is wearing saffron. And it's not just come from a certain lobby which subscribes to the right wing. It's come from sitting ministers. It's come from the sitting MP of Bhopal. It's come from the Home Minister of Bhopal. So these are people in high places. Do you read a communal plot in this, sir?
Just one submission. Being a moderate right-wing and Hindu activist, I would point out two things. One, Shahrukh Khan has always championed pluralism. Let us be honest about it. Shahrukh Khan has always made films which made us patriotic, pluralistic, harmonious. He went to Vaishno Devi. That was a very heartening sight to see. Along with Holy Mecca, he also went to Vaishno Devi. But there are some hotheads, if I can use that word, hotheads who border on the fringe, if I can use those words, who has been pointing this out. And Deepika Padukone ji, we always know she took the liberal angle. Even in JNU,
Right.
she even then stood the students who had not very national slogans. So yes, because of the subtext of so many other things, there is an angle in social media who points out and criticizes. But please remember, we should only encourage moderate criticism, and there are some criticisms. And kuch to log kahenge, so you have to respect their view too. There are multiple.
It's the point that you've made. Mr. Eastwar, you've made one very relevant point in all of this. And I want to bring in Tehseen Poonawala into that conversation. Tehseen, is Deepika and Shahrukh paying the sheer price of Deepika standing with JNU at one point of time where she invited the ire of the entire right wing, or Shahrukh Khan, who used the term intolerance and till now pays for it?
Yeah, so there is from the, I don't call the BJP supporters right-wing. BJP is a socialist party economically. It's not a right-wing party. It's religiously intolerant, but it's a socialist party. So I don't call them right-wingers. There is certain supporters of the BJP, and you've got to call them out, who don't like Deepika and they don't like Shahrukh. And to that extent, I agree with Rahul Ishwar that they have certain issues with them. But first of all, this is the Indian film industry, and this is one of India's greatest soft powers. This is one of India's greatest exports to the world. That's number one. Number two, it comes down again to freedom of choice. And I respect somebody's choice who may not like Shahrukh or Deepika and may not like the movie. So please don't watch it. Don't influence or threaten or be a troll. And when I say a troll, there's an ex-IPS officer, a retired IPS officer, who puts up Deepika's pictures in these bikinis in various poses and asks her husband, how is he allowing her to do this? This is about controlling women. Can you stop controlling women? Can we stop telling women what to wear, who to love, who to be with, who to act with, and bringing their husbands in? Women are sovereign rights over their body, sovereign rights on what to wear, who to dance with, and who to hug, who not to hurt. The last I know, we are not in Iran, where women are protesting for their rights. We are in India, a constitutional democracy. And I repeat, I respect your right to not like the movie. So please don't watch it. Please don't be trolls. Please don't abuse. Give your opinion on social media, and those who want to watch it will watch it. Those who don't want to watch it will not watch it. Stop giving your opinion by trolling people. That's the problem. Imagine an ex-IPS officer doing it.
No, I totally agree with you. I want to also bring in to this conversation Mr. Vinod Bansal. He's from VHP. He's an old friend of mine when it comes to many of these heated debates. Sir, स्वागत है आपका. आपसे सर पहले एक वीडियो आपको दिखाते हैं, फिर आप बताना कि दिक्कत एक्चुअली किसमें है. I'll ask our producers to play one video clip because as you try and do shows such as this, you try and research a bit, and my producers and I. हाँ सर, आवाज आ रही है आपको?
हाँ, आवाज आ रही है, लेकिन मुझे उससे पहले तो पीजीएम देना पड़ेगा. मेरे पास स्क्रीन नहीं है सामने और जिससे मैं देख पाऊँ एक्चुअली.
सर अब वो तो हम कोशिश करेंगे. अगर आपको आवाज आ रही है तो आपको सुनाई जरूर देगा. सर एक वीडियो आपको दिखा देते हैं सर, जो क्योंकि what I was telling our viewers that when you research for a show like that, you actually look at what have been the troublesome videos and have there been issues created on that. There's one video. If it is about Saffron, if it is about hurting Hindu sentiments, and I will bring in Rahul Ishwar also into this conversation, I want to cut across, back to both of you. Vinod Bansal ji, Akshay Kumar ji थे उस वीडियो में. अगर आपने नहीं देखा होगा, उनके पीछे बहुत सारी महिलाएं थी, छोटे छोटे कुर्ते पहने हुए थे, हरे राम हरे कृष्णा लिखा हुआ था उनपे, और कुछ नहीं पहना हुआ था. उससे तो दिक्कत नहीं हुई थी उस वक्त सर.
मुझे लगता है आप दिक्कत को बेसिकली उसी तरह से मिस इंटरप्रेट करना चाहते हैं जिस तरह से लोग लव जिहाद को और लव मैरिज को इंटरप्रेट कर रहे हैं. देखिए, हमें लव मैरिज से कोई आपत्ति नहीं है, लव जिहाद से आपत्ति है. उसी तरह से हमें किसी भगवा वस्त्र से आपत्ति नहीं है, या उसके पहनने से कोई आपत्ति नहीं है, किसी व्यक्ति से कोई आपत्ति नहीं है, किसी फिल्म के सीन से आपत्ति नहीं है. लेकिन समझना पड़ेगा आखिरकार आपत्ति क्या है, समाज क्यों जाग रहा है. समाज की चिंता यह है कि जिस तरह से बढ़ते लव जिहाद के केसेस भारत के अंदर एक फ्यूम बनते चले जा रहे हैं, एक अभिशाप बनते चले जा रहे हैं. लगातार हिंदू बेटियों की हत्याएं हो रही हैं. आप देखिए, 30 बेटियों की लिस्ट तो मैंने परसों जारी की. उससे पहले 2 सप्ताह पहले हमने 420 केसेस की लिस्ट मीडिया को जारी की थी.
ये बता दीजिए दिक्कत क्या है.
नहीं, दिक्कत यह है कि ये जो मानसिकता है ना, ये जो अपने जिहादी भाईजान हैं बॉलीवुड के, वो बॉलीवुड इंडस्ट्री को तबाह करने पर तुले हुए हैं। मैं ये कहना चाहता हूं कि देखिए, जिन श्रोताओं ने, जिन दर्शकों ने आपको सराखों बिठा करके और आपको सुपरस्टार बनाया, आप उन्हीं के सेंटिमेंट के साथ प्ले करना चाहते हैं, ये ठीक नहीं है। देखिए, अभी तक ये था कि ये ओछी पब्लिसिटी के कारण इनकी फिल्में हिट होती थी।
पर सर, इन्होंने किया क्या है ये भी बता दीजिए। एक सेकंड, विनोद बंसल जी, ये जो वीडियो है इससे क्या दिक्कत है सर, समझ नहीं आ रहा है हमें।
नहीं, देखिए, जो वीडियो जिसकी आप बात कर रहे हैं, वो वीडियो चूंकि मेरे सामने नहीं है, इसलिए मैं उस पर कमेंट नहीं करूंगा। मैं मेरा
नहीं सर, आप चलिए दीपिका पादुकोण के वीडियो के बारे में बता दीजिए, उससे क्या प्रॉब्लम है? उसमें कौन जिहाद है, कौन क्या कर रहा है, समझ नहीं आ रहा है।
दीपिका और शाहरुख के वीडियो से लव जिहाद कैसे हो रहा है, थोड़ा ये समझा दीजिए। सुनिए, देखिए, पठान वो तो कंसेंशुअली डांस कर रहे हैं ना। किसी महिला को दुनिया के किसी भी स्थान पर कहीं देखा है क्या किसी ने? एक बात, पिक्चर का नाम पठान है, पठान के साथ कोई बुर्का क्लेड महिला को अगर बिठाया जाता, अगर कोई जो क्या बोलते हैं इसको हिजाब पहना करके उसको पिक्चराइज किया जाता तो उसका रेशनल नजर आता है। एक जिहादी मानसिकता के व्यक्ति के साथ में एक भगवा बस्त्र धारी और खासकर जो भगवा लंगोट पहना करके
सर, एक चीज आप डिसाइड कर लीजिए, हिजाब के अगेंस्ट है, हिजाब के साथ है, वो ही नहीं समझ में आ रहा है। अच्छा, ओके, आई वांट टू गो अक्रॉस टू राहुल ईश्वर। राहुल ईश्वर, यू आर अ मोर मॉडरेट वॉइस, you're a more moderate voice, and I want to bring you in. The fact is, Rahul Ishwar, has, Deepika and Shahrukh been targeted because of, where they have, what they have said, where they've stood at certain point of times, because a very similar video with Akshay Kumar, and that should have been problematic, wasn't really ever picked up.
Just two submissions. I have, Vinod Bansalji is a senior. I have a great, immense respect for him. But for the larger public thing, my only submission would be 2 days before Shahrukh Khan went to Vaishno Devi. We all saw paintings of him wearing a tika and all. So, people like Shahrukh Khan are common treasures of us. Shahrukh Khan married a Hindu woman. She is still a Hindu. Shahrukh Khan's child's name is Aryan. But I oppose Shahrukh Khan in many things. He should not have told about that intolerant thing. Or I totally oppose the liberal politics of Deepika ji. But whenever we criticize, we need to have a measure of it. But the only thing I would like to say, for example, Amir Khan came forward and apologized for some comments that happened, because that really hurt many section of people. And a large star like Amir Khan came forward and engaged with the audience. He addressed that particular issue and he even expressed regret. So Bollywood stars, we have all grown up seeing them. So we should respect them in the same way. They should also engage with us. I may have a certain beef with Shahrukh Khan or a Deepika. They should be more sensitive to our sensibilities too. That's one humble submission.
Final comments, Tessie.
I haven't understood how Shahrukh and Deepika dancing consensually to a brilliant song and looking gorgeous is love jihad. Nobody's understood it. I haven't understood what the objection is.
Because
except, and I haven't understood. Bansal Saab, agar please,
पहले इनको बोलने दीजिए, फिर आपसे बात करेंगे.
And like I tell you, the BJP and its supporters are Bharatiya Jhutha Party. In Karnataka, you have a problem with women wearing a hijab. Here you want Deepika not to wear a bikini but to wear a hijab. So first you decide. But this is what comes down to what I told you. Men will decide what women wear. Hijab pehne, bikini pehne, mard तय करेंगे. That's the hypocrisy that is coming out.
सर बोलिए, कब से बोलना चाह रहे हैं, बोलिए.
लड़की के साथ क्या रिलेशन? मुझे बताइए, दुनिया के किसी भी दृश्य में कभी देखा है कि आपने पठान के साथ में किसी अपने
दुबई चलिए सर, आप दुबई चलिए. आपके सारे भाजपा के नेता आजकल दुबई जाते हैं. आइए सर,
आप मॉडर्न तो हो सकता है, पर
चलिए
भाजपा के लिए
दुबई चलिए.
ये भाजपा का मंच नहीं है. ये दिस इज नॉट द प्लेटफॉर्म ऑफ भाजपा. आप देखिए कि ये जिहाद के आतंक के सामने, जिहाद के आतंक में
आपने अपना पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू रखा. आई अप्रिशिएट यू जॉइनिंग अस, मिस्टर बंसल, मिस्टर ईश्वर एंड तहसीन पूनावाला. थैंक यू, gentlemen. We're going to keep a keen eye on all developments in this story.